Welcome to the TaiyangNews Solar Leadership Conversations 2025 out of Shanghai from SNEC 2025. My name is Michael Schmela. I'm the Managing Director of TaiyangNews, all about solar. And I'm very happy to have with me today Frank Zhao, who's the CTO for all storage-related matters of a company that probably needs no introduction, and that's CATL out of China, a pioneer in batteries. Hank, I was stunned, and that's why I'm missing somewhat the words now, when you told me that you're almost from the beginning with the companies and that you were employee number 48.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit actually what has happened in this 14 years since the start of the company, because it went like a rocket, right?
Yeah. So, first of all, thank you for the introduction. I'm Hank from CTL. I actually worked for CTL for almost 15 years, start from the very beginning. So to me, it's a very interesting and very exciting journey. So to go through the whole, not long story of the company, but I would say very successful for the company and also for me of my career. So actually, I spent my first 11 years in the automotive industry. So basically, mainly for the automotive customers in Europe. And since 2021, I start to move from the automotive battery to the energy storage division. The main reason is booming for this new business. Yeah. Okay,
wonderful. So let's talk about that. And I think it's great actually that you're also responsible for Europe, because in Europe a lot is happening simply because, of course, solar has reached quite some maturity, and that means what we need now is really flexibility in this market. Solar is shaving the peak, and we're seeing increasingly negative electricity prices. Solar capture rates are going down, and simply legislation, infrastructure, all is simply lagging so much behind solar. So that's why we need flexibility, and that's where we are at battery storage, because nothing is faster and more efficient. So let's how do you see the market development? I think maybe globally, but also then in particular Europe, which is your area of business. And so what's CATL's strategy in driving the stationary storage market?
Yeah. So actually, CATL is the market leader and a global company. So we are quite actively doing the business in the global market. So like America, Europe, Middle East, Africa. So many regions. So from our point of view, we see a strong demand actually globally, not in one region, but different regions. So take Europe example. We do see that the market volume from now to 2030 from different countries have a big increase in the installed capacity. And also for the Middle East and Australia, for example, if you not sure if you get the information, we have officially published the information that for Middle East we have signed till now the biggest project in the world, that is solar plus storage, 5.2 gigawatt solar plus 19 gigawatt hour batteries in the Abu Dhabi for the Master as our clients. And in Australia, we have in February we have signed a big contract with Queenbrook for a long duration storage with a total capacity of 24 gigawatt hours. So we see with these numbers that it's really booming and is accelerating actually for the whole market.
And that's amazing. So both these numbers are more or less what was installed, if I remember correctly, in the EU. I think it was around 22 gigawatt hours last year, or in Europe. And so that means if you look at these projects alone, it's the same size.
Yes. Yes.
So to see that dimension. So what's CATL's strategy? And because you're a market leader in driving the market forward, on which levels are you trying to do that?
Yeah. So till now, actually, our market share in, let's say, 2023 and 2024, we have achieved around 38 to 40% global market share for the storage. And for us, it's very important. We always listen to the market, and we understand very well what our clients need. So to us, it's very important. These three most important factors: so high performance, high safety, and high reliability. Mm-hmm. So this is critical. I would say very important for the grid scale energy storage, because this kind of facility is always like critical infrastructure to support the national grids, especially for the big projects. So that's three factors is super important. So CATL actually carry over what we have learned in the past more than 10 years from the global automotive customer. So the methodology of developing a good product and the top level methodology of quality management system, and also keep improving our manufacturing facility and quality control in the process. So try to make the top level quality and also the top level safety and the top level performance among the industry. So that is our key strategy.
And so let's talk about, maybe we can address all of these topics because they are all important. But let's talk about maybe also energy security, because of course this is also something that could probably not be a showstopper, but at least it could have some effects actually on the growth and on the velocity of the market actually. There are concerns actually. We know that even from small storage devices on airplanes actually, which sometimes have to land because they heat up and people are losing their storage devices or their mobiles somewhere. And so how are you looking at this topic, and how are you addressing all these security needs, and maybe you can put it also into a bigger frame and explain actually how serious it is, or if it's not so serious actually, if media sometimes actually do it, maybe.
I try to understand your question.
So first of all, maybe let's talk about actually how you respond actually to the needs of security.
So you mean when you talk about security, so
safety. First safety. Sorry,
okay.
Not security.
Okay.
Safety. Let's
safety.
talk safety. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, for the industry, no matter automotive or storage, everyone is talking about safety is the most important thing. Everyone is saying that, but who is really serious doing that? So what CATL do is very, I would say, we keep invest on the R&D, and we keep investing in the test and validation. So we have in the past 10 years, we have invested 10 billion US dollars as R&D investments. So this is to ensure that we have the best technology and best design, and to ensure the best level of safety. But only to have this good design not enough. We have to ensure that safety is not only something when you build a new product and you test it, it's safe. When you do like a UL certification with thermal propagation testing, it's good, but how it will be after 3 years, after 5 years, after 20 years. So for CATL, we are more focused in the whole life cycle. So we are focused in the life cycle reliability and safety. So to ensure this, we have to do long-term testing. So long-term testing, that means we have to test the product from the components to subsystem to the whole system, to in combination with different scenarios, different use cases, temperatures, humidities, power level. So to make sure that we can really ensure the safety and reliability for the life cycle, 20 years, not only a brand new product.
But how can the industry as a whole make sure that safety doesn't have to be a concern anymore? Do we need stricter standards, testing requirements, which of course also mean maybe or impose more costs, but what would you recommend?
Yeah, actually I do believe the whole industry really need to have more, I would say better structure of the standard and policy. So one thing is, from my point of view, automotive is a very good benchmark. So if you look at the automotive industry, they have the global OEMs like BMW, Volkswagen, Toyota. They have built a very comprehensive, very high-level standards and also policy system to make sure the whole supply chain, not only battery, but every single components have to fulfill good entry level of standards or policy. But if you look at the current status of storage, like I don't see a very good level of policy and standard metrics or structure globally. Yeah, in some regions like China, we have to Chinese government already done a lot of work, but most of the market in the world, I think still need to further improve on this point.
So it's really at the moment country dependent when you talk about the safety of batteries, what kind of standards and test requirements they impose.
So I think it's not country dependent, but it's more global-wide topic. So we should have a very good group of standards or policies to shape the industry as a global level as a global standards. But different countries might have different special requirements, but as a global standards, that is kind of basic requirements to improve it based on the current status.
Okay, so last month, Europe's largest battery storage trade fair, the ESS, took place in Munich as part of the Smarter E, and CATL launched there its zero degradation energy storage container, Tenor, and the energy storage rack Tenor Flex was launched in 2024. So Why did you release TaiyangNews at the ESS Europe and not here at SNEC, which is China's so much bigger as a market?
Yeah, actually, in SNEC we'll also launch some new technology product. So we just talk about the global booming of this storage market. So and different markets like Europe, like US, like China have different regulation now, and different requirements. Let's say. So we will analyze the requirements from different markets, and we will develop the products to fulfill the local market demands. So this new TaiyangNews products, actually we have investigated the market demands of European markets for more than 2 years, and we listen to different customers for their needs. So very typically in Europe, most of the customers they have limited land. They are quite sensitive in the noise, and for transport, if you're getting super heavy, there's some challenge, and they also want to have the top level safety. So this is the purpose we developed this new product as TaiyangNews to really resolve all these challenges and to fulfill make them happy of the local customers of CATL.
Okay, let's talk about now we talked about safety. Then now let's really talk about energy security. Yeah? So which also is becoming increasingly a topic all around the world, where nations, regions simply feel that they want to be energy secure. They love to be independent. That's obviously not always possible, but at least they want to have some level of security. And how does CATL respond to these needs? It's often obviously also about production in local markets.
Yeah. So we do see this strong demand. So from different regions, people always talk about local production.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now, if you look at what happened in CATL now, in 2019, we already started to build our first overseas plant in Germany, in Thuringen. And that is 14 gigawatt-hour production volume every year. And in 2022, we started to build our second European plant in Hungary. Yeah, that is 100 gigawatt-hours. And then in 2024, we just officially launched the third European plant in Spain, Zaragoza. So, and this is for Europe. We already have 3 plants, either in production or under construction. And in Indonesia, we also have set up a new battery plant in 2024. And in our other area, we are always open to share our knowledge of battery design and manufacturing to support the local customers to build the local production capacity. Yeah.
So when we looked at Germany, I think in the beginning you obviously addressed the automotive market. I think so you also cooperate with automakers in Europe for these facilities. When we talk about the stationary battery market, how does it look like there?
Yeah. So like for the automotive, we have 2 different chemistries now we can produce in Europe, NCM and LFP. Mm-hmm. So and the line, the production line, when we design it, is we call flexible line. So it can really adjust in the future if you want to switch from automotive cell to a storage cell. So technically, it's no barrier, so no bottleneck for us to produce. Yeah. So that is we already have a well preparation, I would say, to really support the local production, both for EV and for storage.
Okay. At the moment, the stationary products come still out of China, but theoretically, you could also, once demand is big enough, also then switch.
Yes, yes. So theoretically or technically, is feasible.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's also talk a little bit about maybe your zero accident in your energy products once again. So coming back to safety. So how do you achieve this?
Yeah. So first of all, I want to say a fact is we have delivered more than 260 gigawatt hour energy storage products globally. Until now, we have zero accidents. So this is
not a single one.
Yeah. So this is till today the achievements. So behind that is what I just mentioned. We have built a very top level R&D resource, and our like test and validation, long-term testing methodology and facilities. So this is what really behind it. So we have more than 22,000 R&D talents, and we have more than 1,000 engineers only focus on testing. So every day their job is doing different level of testing to see that based on the data we can judge if the battery is good or not. It's not based on just make a prediction or theoretical calculation. So we must, beside that, we have to do long-term safety reliability testing. But that is a lot of money, a lot of heavy investments. So we really do that. So this is the most important reason that CATL can really achieve this level of safety records. But a lot of our competitors, they probably didn't have this kind of level of investment or like long-term testing to really identify the long-term risk. So this is the kind of difference.
Okay, let's also maybe talk about another point is reliability briefly. So when you mentioned the two technologies you have on offer, so how do you see actually, what's your technology roadmap at the moment, and what does it mean also in terms of performance, in terms of reliability for your products?
Yeah, so currently we are already launched to the markets. We can say the reliability we can offer like 20 years, even more for the life cycle. And for the technology roadmap, we have, for automotive, we have NCM, we have LFP, we have sodium. That is already on the market. And for storage, now the LFP still take a mainstream role, but we see in the future like sodium will be in some of the application scenarios will also play an important role. So both LFP, sodium are now very clear for the next step, and in our R&D lab, I would say we still have other chemistries, other secret weapons under development. So we will put it into the market at the right timing for the right application.
Okay.
Yeah.
And briefly also on products. So what's your focus in the stationary market in terms of products, and what ranges are you offering?
So when you say range, so what kind
how capacity-wise, how big it can be, and what you can go probably as big as needed, but what's I think I look at the product block itself.
Yeah. Yeah. So for CATL now, we actually have we are capable to deliver the whole scope of products, but the mainstream of the volume come from the utility scale applications. So it means the main projects for CATL, the size are from a few megawatt hour to a few like gigawatt hour. So as I just mentioned, in the Middle East, we got 19 gigawatt hour projects as one site, and 24 gigawatt hour in Australia. So this is the kind of very big numbers, but we do have some small projects, like in Germany, previously we have 10 gigawatt hour, 10 megawatt hour, 20 megawatt hour, this size. So it's kind of big range, different applications, different level of like grids, like needs from the clients. So we will design the system or solution to fit into different customer requirements.
Okay, maybe one final question, because I think this at least was pretty much for a few days extremely on the mind, and it still is, but it's not so urgent anymore. And that was a blackout in Spain and Portugal recently, where basically in southern Europe really the grid collapsed, and some blamed directly intermittent renewables, solar and wind, for this that this happened. Although it could not be confirmed that this is the case, everyone is still looking for the root. Still, it's of course a fact that the grid is not is lagging. The build out of the grid is lagging behind what has happened in solar and wind. So do you think the massive amounts of batteries could be a smarter solution than building, I don't know, gigawatts of gas power plants, like for example Germany is planning at the moment? I think both can offer flexibility, obviously.
Yeah, as you just mentioned, the root cause analysis is still ongoing. So we still don't know what is the root cause to cause that blackout. But anyway, I think the whole industry have this common sense, is that battery energy storage, especially the grid forming energy storage, can really play a very important role to support the grid when something emergency happens. I know there are some, like in Germany, they are planning to set up some new gas power plants. That is for sure can increase the base load with some good flexibility. But this is kind of time consuming. So for considering time, flexibility, battery energy storage is still a very important option. So I don't see these. They are very conflict, but they are playing a different role to stabilize the whole grid.
Yeah. And they are obviously much cleaner.
Yeah, and storage is much more cleaner, and it's for the future. We know the whole world is moving towards the renewable. So I believe with higher and higher proportion of the renewable, like solar or wind, the storage will be more and more important, and will gradually replace the conventional fossil energy production facilities in the long-term future.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you.